Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're exploring one of North Yorkshire's most stunning sites, that of Rievaulx Abbey. Near the lovely market town of Hemsley, this ruined monastery, set in a quiet valley, is one of the most atmospheric and photogenic places you can visit in the region. So grab your walking shoes and let's take a journey through history, through incredible medieval architecture and some of the most peaceful countryside you'll ever experience. As you arrive, the abbey almost hides itself away into the valley. You pass through woodland and winding roads, and then suddenly there it is. Towering ruins rise up from the green fields, framed by rolling hills and trees. The first impression is of the sheer scale. These aren't small fragments of wall. This is a cathedral-sized ruin, with soaring arches and stonework that still capture the imagination after almost 900 years. Rievaulx Abbey was founded in 1132 by a group of 12 monks from Clairvaux in France, and under the guidance of St Bernard of Clairvaux, it became the very first Cistercian abbey in the north of England. Within a century it grew into one of the wealthiest and most powerful monasteries in the country. At its height, Rievaulx housed more than 140 monks and over 500 lay brothers. All worked the surrounding land, farming sheep, producing wool, and shaping the economy of the entire valley. The abbey was a place of devotion, hard work and learning. It wasn't just a spiritual centre, it was an economic powerhouse. As you step inside the abbey ruins, the sense of space is incredible. The nave stretches out before you, the pillars and arches still reaching skyward. Even without its roof, you can also imagine the echoes of chants and hymns that once filled this space. The stonework is remarkable. Delicate carved details remain, despite centuries of exposure. Light pours in from every angle, especially on a sunny day, casting shadows that change as you wander. One of the best spots is standing at the far end of the nave and looking back. You will get the full sweep of the Gothic arches, framing the open sky. It's breathtaking. Take time to wander into the side chapels. Some still have fragments of tiled carvings, and you get a real sense of the abbey's grandeur. The scale and craftsmanship speak to the devotion of the monks and builders who dedicated their lives to this place. Like so many abbeys in England, Rievaulx met its downfall during the dissolution of the monasteries under King Henry VIII. In 1538 the abbey was closed, the community disbanded and the roofs were stripped for lead, which went to the king. The once thriving monastery fell into ruin, its stone plundered for local building projects. What we see today is a skeleton of what once was the greatest religion centre in medieval England, and yet in its ruined state it has unique beauty, a sense of peaceful decay that makes it even more moving. Beyond the ruins, the setting adds so much more to the experience. Rievaulx sits in a secluded valley on the edge of the North Yorkshire moors. You are surrounded by woodland, meadows and gently flowing water. The Cistercians deliberately chose the remote location and a tranquil place to build their abbeys, and Rievaulx captures that perfectly. Even with visitors around, there's a calmness, the sound of birds, the rustling of leaves, and the sense that life moves at a much slower pace here. Today Rievaulx Abbey is cared for by English Heritage. They've done a brilliant job making it accessible and informative. There's the visitor centre and museum, where you can see original stonework, medieval tiles and artefacts found during the excavations. There's a real insight to the daily lives of the monks, how they ate, how they worked, and how the abbey evolved over time. There's also a cafe with views of the abbey, perfect for a tea break after exploring. The paths are well laid out, and there's information boards dotted around the ruins that give you just enough detail without overwhelming you. It's a place that works equally well if you're a history buff, a casual visitor, or someone just looking for a peaceful walk in a beautiful spot. So what do I think of Rievaulx Abbey? Honestly, it's one of the most atmospheric historic sites in the UK. The combination of dramatic ruins, deep history and stunning natural setting make it a must-see. If you love photography, this place is a dream. Every angle gives you a new perspective. If you're into history, the story of the monks, the rise and fall and the dissolution brings England's past vividly to life. But beyond that, there's just something about being here, the sense of peace, of stepping back in time, of connecting with people who lived here and prayed centuries ago. I'd say Rievaulx Abbey is a 5-star experience, perfect for a day out, especially if you combine it with nearby Hemsley and the beautiful countryside of the North Yorkshire moors. Thanks for joining me in this walking review of Rievaulx Abbey. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and check out some of the other historic sites and gardens we've covered on the channel. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you on the next adventure, and I'll leave you to enjoy the footage of the Abbey.